Okay.
Well, CJ,
Talk to me.
Congratulations on the victory. I'm curious, sunglasses because of the eye poke?
Yeah, but they look cool, also. But yes, I couldn't see. I'd never been poked in the eye like that. I don't even know if he hit me or if he poked me what, but the lights went out completely. And I was out telling my coaches it was a weird situation because when the ref stopped it, he came up and asked me if I could see, and I couldn't, but I lied. And I was like, yeah, I could see. He's like, well, do you need me to call the doctor? And I was like, And so he called the doctor, and the doctor came in and flashed the light in my eye. I couldn't see anything at all. And I'm in a weird position because if I tell the doctor I can't see, he's probably going to stop the fight. So then I had to lie to him, too. I'm like, now I can see. Are you sure? 100%. You want to fight? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. And all right, run it.
So what did your coaches say when you told them you couldn't see in there?
I didn't tell them. We, it was just one of those things. In the moment, I accepted that I couldn't see out of my left eye, so keep my left hand higher and try not to give those angles away to where I'll give a shot that would open me up from that side.
So when that happened, how much of the game plan did you have to change knowing you were compromised and you couldn't see out there?
Not too much, to be honest with you. It was something that I accepted. And Vinicius throws everything. I mean, you guys saw those angles that he throws from are so wild. So as long as you're covering your bases with defense, you shouldn't get caught with those wild shots. And by the time, by towards the end of the second round, I was able to see fairly well enough to have the vision back.
And it seems like he was trying to bait you in there quite a bit. There was a lot of taunting. Is that what you expected from him?
Of course, yes. The whole putting his back against the cage. And earlier we talked to my coaches about me engaging with that, meet him there and start chopping his legs away. But when he did it impulsively, I'm not going to play this game with you. You can meet me in the center, or we can I'll do what I'm doing over here too. We can both play that game.
Then I have to ask you about when he missed weight, was there any thought of not taking the fight? Because
Absolutely
the same thing
not.
happened to Wonder Boy, and he turned the fight down.
No. I'm not in a position, first of all, I'm not financially in a position to turn a fight down right now. I'm still building, I'm building myself financially, one. Two, I mentioned this on my Instagram, I'm not going to throw rocks from the glass house that I'm standing inside of. I've missed weight twice in the UFC. So I know what it's like to push your body to that threshold and your body's saying, like, I'm not doing this anymore. So from the perspective of a fighter that's never missed weight, that can hold themselves up, with a high chin and say, oh, you're unprofessional, or whatever they say. Like, that's cool, I get that, but I don't have that perspective. I empathize with him. I know that he was probably dying Thursday night, Friday morning. And I know the shame that goes into missing weight on such a massive card, how it felt for me. I imagine it felt the same for him. So I'm glad it was only 2.5 pounds over the 126 limit. And it seemed like he was, still pretty fresh in there.
And final one for me, what do you want the rest of your year to look like in the UFC?
I want to compete again. We're closing out this summer. I would like to get in there, November. Whenever I'm clear, we can run another one. Thank you.
CJ?
Sir.
John Anik said on the broadcast that perhaps a ranked opponent is in the imminent future for you. What do you think?
Did he now?
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm curious what you think of him saying that.
I'm making me blush, to be honest. Why not? I'm here to test myself. Every single time I get in here, I roll the dice. And this whole fight journey, it's a suicide mission, man. You will meet your maker at some point. You will find your match, and I'm here looking for my match. And every time I step in there, I make peace with the progress that I've gained, and either I'm going to win or I'm going to die trying in the process. So yeah, if a ranked opponent is next, then a ranked opponent is next. Or if we keep chopping away at the block one at a time, then we do that too. I'm just here to enjoy the journey.
I got one back here.
Sure.
On the broadcast, they were saying that at times, because Salvador wouldn't engage, it kind of looked like a sparring match at times. Did it feel like that at all during the fight?
Yes, it did actually. And that's funny you say that. My coach said the exact same thing. I had never been taunted that much in a fight, and I don't think I've ever taunted that much in a fight back. I found myself doing that too. But something that I needed to work on within myself was, for those of you that watched my fight in March, when I get clipped hard enough, there's a blood boil that happens inside of me where I lose composure, and I only want to hurt you back, and I rage at that part of myself that refuses to be hurt. And I'm learning to grow as a martial artist and not buy into that bait all the time. So with Vinicius, this was a great opportunity for me to come out here and show composure and poise. And when he started taunting or when he clipped me with something, instead of falling into that firefight, putting myself in danger with a guy that's throwing these wild looping punches that could put you out, just sit back and pick my shots. Of course, I want to finish. I want the performance bonus. I want the knockout of the night. I want the highlight, all of that. We all do. However, I got to win, and I'm grateful for that.
Right here just in front of him. I'm from Salt Lake City Reporter, and I'm just curious what you thought about competing in Utah. Did you feel the elevation? I mean, that was a long fight. So just how did you feel about that? And maybe if you didn't notice, what did you like about competing here?
Well, first of all, I love this place. I love it out here. My brother and I actually came out here last Thursday, so we've been here a couple days over a week, and we stayed in Mill Creek, and we hiked Cottonwood. I think Cottonwood Way. We were in Alta. We made it up to 10,000 feet in waterfalls, like the whole thing. I was doing the whole thing. So the reason for that was I know that, you know, biologically you can't completely adapt, right? But mentally I felt like it was good for me to be out here. Fell in love with the place, and I was able to blast my lungs out a few times at this elevation. So I didn't feel much. What I did notice, though, throughout the week being here was during my workouts, I felt fine. I didn't feel much more taxed than I normally do. However, after the workout's over and we're driving back to the house we were staying at, I was just fried. And my muscles were so much sore the next day than I'm used to them being. So, but I love Salt Lake. I've considered moving here like twice since being here.
Thank you.
Just one follow-up on the eye. I know they had probably a better chance at the back. They said that you're going to maybe do some tests. Did the doctors get a good look at your eye? Were there any tears or anything with the eye?
Not on the surface. I did tell the doctor that, you know, even when I went back to see the doctors, there's something weird going on in my left eye. It's almost like, and it's hard to explain because I've never experienced this before, but it's like not glitching, but it's like a dimming in and out. It's like almost like the brightness is adjusting over and over. But I'm not in pain. It's just I am noticing. So they suggested that I go get it looked at, you know, in the next couple of days, and I will when I get back to Texas. I don't foresee it being a big issue. However, I'm not going to take my word for it. So I'll talk to the doctor, and we'll see what he has to say.
Awesome. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you. We all set? All right, cheers, folks. I'm going to take a selfie. You know what I'm saying?